from Penticton, British Columbia. It's the 20th anniversary of Subaru Ironman Canada. Joining us on the show today, a legend in the sport of triathlon, 6-time Hawaii Ironman champion Dave Scott.
Thank you, Jerry. This is my 4th year at Ironman Canada here in Penticton. We look at Richter Pass as the first challenge on the course. And really, it's always been on the back side of the course, not until about 80 miles as they approach Yellow Lakes. It's a series of 3 undulating climbs, only about 3.5 kilometers in length, but that's where the athletes have trouble. We've seen the men pros and the women pros either make a move or break it at that point. We've got really perfect conditions today, a light little rain right now. It's been quite warm all week, but they're forecasting about 30 degrees for the run, and ultimately, the Ironman's going to come down to the marathon. We'll see.
More than 2,000 competitors are at the start, and we are just about set to go here on an overcast, misty morning in Penticton.
There we go.
And we are underway. The first task here today, 2.4 miles of swimming. Now, the saying is, you can't win an Ironman during the swim, but you sure can lose one. And as you can see, things are very frantic as everybody fights for positioning here at the start of this race. A long day, and we'll keep our eyes open for Jasper Blake. Nobody wants to be in too big a hole to start the bike, that's for sure, even though it will be an 8-hour race. Leading the pros in the swim, a pair of American amateurs. Amanda Vitito is out front for the women. For the men, it's John Weston with a commanding lead. We'll be back in just a moment. Great swim for Jasper Blake, 5 minutes off the lead. Weston first, Rhodes second, Evans third. Rhodes is second, Holzner in third. Let's update now with Dave Scott.
Garrett MacFadyen, he's ridden very, very strongly, came all the way up the field. We were trying to look at our spreadsheet on him. He wasn't even in the list. We had him at 11 or 12 minutes back. He's now about 7 minutes off the lead. Could be in 3rd or 4th place by the end of this bike.
All right, so there you go. Lee in front, Rhodes in second, Holzner in 3rd spot.
You can see that Holzner, he thinks that Lee's in control of this race. The way he's putting the time on him, he knows he's lost him on this bike. He may not catch one there, but Garrett MacFadyen, this is the guy moving up.
I have the bike pretty comfortable, so I feel pretty good. Saving some for the run.
Remember, he began the bike 10.5 minutes behind Lee. The deficit has been cut to 6 minutes. So Garrett MacFadyen, the sleeper here, remember, was way behind coming out of the water. Meanwhile, Chris Lee has hit the transition zone.
He hasn't done it here, but this could be the year. It's overcast, it's cool. Heat's not going to be a factor like it has been in other years.
Rhodes 4:48 behind, Holzner 5:16 behind. Lee, Rhodes, and Holzner still with about 3 hours of work still to do. Meanwhile, Garrett MacFadyen, he's not all that far behind. Remember, 344th out of the water. He'll be 4th to start the run. He also had the best bike of the day, 4 hours and 36 minutes. Graham, we said off the top of the show that it was a wide open field for the men. So far, that theory after the bike seems to be holding true.
Yeah, Jerry, it is absolutely happening. And it makes it exciting when you have 4 or 5 guys. And the neat thing is, they're all similar runners.
Now, Dave, you were out on the course. That's not to say that there wasn't some movement out there. Describe what happened out there.
Well, quite a bit of movement. I think Chris Lee was very aggressive at the outset. He wanted to catch Brian Rhodes. He caught him on Richter Pass, stayed with him momentarily, and then just blew him away. But the interesting thing is that we weren't on Garrett MacFadyen. At least I was not on him. He moved back from 15 minutes off the swim all the way up to 5 minutes down at the end of the bike leg. Had the fastest bike leg out here, and he stormed out of here like he was running a 10K. So we've got 4 runners at the top. Stefan Holzner, also a German, who have all run 2:50 in the marathon off the bike. It'll be an interesting race. Marathon still to come. The run, that's all that's left for these guys, and we'll have a chance. And when he looks over his shoulder, he sees Stefan Holzner, who has passed Brian Rhodes and moved into 2nd spot. So it's Holzner in 2nd, and look at this. Garrett MacFadyen is about to pass Brian Rhodes. So now MacFadyen is in 3rd, Rhodes drops into 4th. Let's go back up front now. And there goes Garrett MacFadyen. So I don't know if Holzner realizes just how close MacFadyen is, and there goes Brian Rhodes. So now it's Holzner, MacFadyen, and Rhodes in that order, with Chris Lee officially out of the race. Well, the changes just keep on coming. There's Garrett MacFadyen, remember, 344th out of the water, 16 minutes off the lead.
has come all the way through the entire field except for one man, and now he's going to go by him. That's Germany's Stefan Holzner. Garrett MacFadyen has the lead.
Yeah, and who would have believed that a 190-pound guy would be passing these guys? He doesn't look like a runner. They didn't expect it. You heard Holzner saying earlier, there's nobody behind us. Obviously there was.
And this is foreign territory for him.
I haven't seen him on the bike.
He was well back in the swim, kept making his way up all through the bike ride.
Is it MacFadyen?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Surprised to see him?
A little bit, yeah.
So, big surprise for Stefan Holzner, and perhaps an even bigger surprise as the MacFadyen is opening up a gap, as you can see in that shot. Wow.
The thing I liked about those comments were he knows him by name, he knows his reputation, he just didn't know what he looked like. Now he knows who he is.
So Garrett MacFadyen, we're all learning about him now. He's never led an Ironman before. He's leading this one. Stefan Holzner is in second spot, trailing MacFadyen now, and in third is Brian Rose. Welcome back, everybody. We are deep into the run here in Penticton. Jasper Blake currently in fourth spot, but is gaining ground on the leaders at this point.
What did you want to say?
Tell Garrett he's the man. But I'm coming to get him.
You feeling good?
Yeah. And we'll settle it in the parking lot after, regardless.
Message from Jasper Blake says you're the man.
See if I can hold it.
What's the gap you've got on Stefan?
2 minutes. Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Gotta run as fast as I can.
Everything's feeling good?
Blister on my heel. Shoes are too new.
Your feet are blistering?
One blister. Should hold out though.
So do you think there's any chance that that might plant just a tiny seed of a doubt in Garrett MacFadyen's mind with that blister?
Well, I would think when you're heading to that last 10 miles and you get a lead, you will run through anything on your feet. So I don't think that's going to be a factor for him. He looks too good right now. It's the quads, it's the energy that has to go out. I don't think a blister is going to stop him at this point. But Stefan Holzner, he's going to have the self-doubt if anybody has it.
Why would he be doubting himself?
Well, the big guy's running away on him. That's not what he expected.
Garrett MacFadyen seems to be running away from this race. We saw him go up the hill. He's very light on his forefoot, up on his toes. Nice, long, easy stride coming down. Brian Rhodes here in third place now, about 8:15 down behind the leaders. We saw him with the early leadership on the bike. It's not his day today. We've seen Brian this race several times. He's raced in hot conditions. It's warmed up now to about 28 degrees, but he just doesn't have that spring that we see in Garrett MacFadyen.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the home stretch here as you're looking at Garrett MacFadyen as he tries to bring it home now here, leading the men. MacFadyen, who started so slowly, remember, 343 people exited the water before he did, but he's going to bring it home, and right behind him is Jasper Blake, who has passed Holzner and into second spot. And look who this is. It's Simon Whitfield.
That is
A big day today for a big man, Garrett MacFadyen, and I don't think anybody picked this guy in the pool.
No, I don't think he's your top pool pick. Maybe in the top 10, but I don't think you can think he's going to win it. But what a great day. Coming out of the water, 344th, biking through the field, but winning on the run. That's a tremendous accomplishment. 190 pounds, I never would have picked it, but he's earned this. He's put a lot into his career. He's really earned this victory.
How's this victory taste for you? First time Ironman champion.
I didn't expect this at all. And even when I took the lead at mile 4, it's like, don't even think about it until I round the Sycamore. So if I'm in the lead then I can start basking in it or believing that's actually possible, because up until then, I didn't think it was possible.
So the big man is first, the little man is second. Good for Jasper Blake.
Where did he go, 8:30 or something? So he just had a fantastic day, and my hat's off to him. So